No, no, yeah, no, 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 yeah, no, no, yeah.
Hey, what's up? We're back, Walking and Talking, episode 33. We're here, High Rock Park. Looks a little bit different than last time we were here, because hey, it's almost summertime. The weather isn't quite indicative of what a New York summer feels like, but we're getting there. Slowly but surely. So, today, in light of the recent 300,000 person petition to get Game of Thrones reshot, I wanted to talk about something that might be a little controversial. And it's kind of two-pronged. The first prong, spoiler culture, I feel is ruining conversations around entertainment. How many times have you personally been at a party, been talking to friends, and the conversation basically goes like this? Oh, have you seen this? Oh, have you seen this? Oh, you haven't seen it yet? Oh, you should go watch it. And that's the end of the conversation. Even if we're like 3 years out from a movie, or we'll get into it in a second with Game of Thrones, but a couple of weeks after a TV show came out, people still hesitate to talk about it in public because they're afraid of spoiling it for someone. The way I feel about it, give people 4 weeks. And after 4 weeks, if you really care about spoilers, you need to be responsible for ensuring you don't get spoiled. If that really means that much to you, I don't think it should be everyone else's responsibility to make sure you don't find out some information you didn't want to find out yet. It makes it so nobody can really talk about any piece of entertainment without fearing that they're going to ruin that piece of entertainment product for someone else. And I think it needs to stop. Maybe we need to develop hard and fast rules. Like, at this point, it is completely acceptable to talk about it, and nobody can get upset at you if you accidentally spoil something. And also, this is becoming a problem more and more. This is something I'm feeling more and more, that if a spoiler is ruining an entertainment product for you or significantly decreasing your enjoyment of it, there's a good chance that entertainment product may not be that good. If it's relying that heavily on a twist or some like interesting detail or something surprising to make it good, maybe it's not good. I'm just throwing that out there. Not 100% on board with it, because there are some like bits of content that really do work when you don't know what's going on, and don't work as well when you do know what's going on. And the best part about it is figuring out what is going on. So I'm not gonna get more detailed than that, because again, I don't want to have the spoiler police on me. But that's something I'm feeling. So take it with what you will. I'm not 100% sure we need to be as careful as we're currently being around surprise information and stories. Next, oh, and then to finish out that point, I think it's really ruining all conversations, because now everybody's afraid to talk about anything. So like, if everybody you know, except for one person, went out to see a cool new movie, you can't talk about it in a group setting because there's one person who hasn't seen it yet. And it's not like they excuse themselves so that everyone else can discuss and engage over this piece of content that you all see, enjoyed, and want to talk about. It's just weird and kind of frustrating, but I'll get over it. Next, I think it needs to stop where people are getting upset about stories that don't go their way. Whether it's people not feeling like something's deserved, whether it's people feeling a story should have gone a different way. What I have to say to that, go write your own story. They're telling the story they want to tell. In the case of Game of Thrones, they wanted to tell the story the way they wanted to tell it. This is how they felt the characters would react. This is how the actors who portrayed those characters felt like the story would go. It's not just one person making these decisions. These decisions were jointly come to, figured out, enticed out by a group of people who are trying to make the best piece of content they could. And I really feel in most cases they succeed at that. Whether you like it is up to you. And that's personal preference, that's personal opinion. Yeah, you could not like it. Yeah, you could have been a fan of Game of Thrones all the way up till this season, and now you really don't like this season. That's it. You don't like that piece of content. That's all there is to it. It doesn't need to be this big thing where you petition to have the last season reshot. No, that's stupid. That's like retconning decisions in the story. It's the decisions that were made. That's the story they wanted to tell. If you want to tell your own story, go make it. It's not hard. I have a camera. I'm shooting this. You can do it. I felt the same kind of frustration with The Last Jedi, because I really liked The Last Jedi. I thought all the elements were set up well. A lot of the payoffs were well deserved. I thought a lot of the conflicts were excellent. I thought a lot of the moments were great. And I could really see what they were trying to do with that story, which was develop Poe as more of a character, give him more dimensionality, if that's even a word, and also really to cement the relationship between Rey and Kylo. And I thought for that it was excellent. The fact that they killed off specific characters I thought was well deserved, because it brought the focus to the more important characters in the story. It boggles my mind that people are so critical of these properties that, yes, they are a fan of, but other than being a fan of, they have no material control over these properties. They just want it to be the way they see it, the way they want it. It's not the way everybody wants it. Yeah, are there mistakes made sometimes? Absolutely. Just look at, was it Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? But other than kind of missteps like that, and again, it's fine to become less of a fan of that or just ignore that completely. Doesn't change anything. A bad movie doesn't change the original movies. It doesn't make them worse. Yeah, you don't have another piece of content to enjoy, but again, it's not the end of the world. These are pretty minor problems at the end of the day. So, basically all I'm saying is I think we need to relax on the spoiler culture. If we need to have this spoiler culture element to conversation and to just being a person, I think we need to get standard rules together that quickly allow people to talk about, to engage over this content in a way that's not detrimental to others, but also doesn't just make talking about movies and TV taboo, because that's honestly what it's feeling like. Then second, enjoy the media content that comes out. If it's not what you like, that's fine. If you do like it, great. But if something comes out and you don't agree with it, you don't need to go on a crusade to get it changed or to rewrite that history. Yeah, that's just how I'm feeling. It's frustrating seeing all these people who are, again, I'm not incredibly attached to Game of Thrones, so I may be speaking out of my butt here, but at the end of the day, it's not anybody's story but the creators, the writers, and the actors. This is what they're putting out. This is where they feel the story goes, and it's their story. If you want to tell a different story, nothing's stopping you. Okay, that's all for my rant today. Had to get that off my chest. It's really, really bugging me. But with that, thank you all for joining me. If you disagree with me, leave it in the comments. If you have your own rules for how you think spoilers should be treated, leave them in the comments. Follow me on Instagram, follow me here, subscribe, like, all that fun stuff. Go check out my Whiskey Wednesday post. drank some Teeling Irish whiskey. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, it was fantastic. With that, thank you, peace, bye.